and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about spring books. So obviously we're coming into spring now, it's getting warmer, you've got all the bees and the birds and the plants growing. So I thought I would share with you the books that I've got out for my daughter. My daughter is 17 months old. I really think books are such a great resource for learning. So I think if you get books that are kind of themed around each season, it's a great and fun way for your children to learn about each season in a very, as I said, fun way, in a very visual way. So yeah, so I just wanted to share with you the books that we have been enjoying and the ones that I've pretty much just put out in her bedroom for her to read. So I'm going to try and go relatively quick with these. So this one is just called Spring. It's by Ali Busby. This is a really great one for younger toddlers as it's a board book. So, you know, they can't rip anything. It's also very nice and simple pictures. And it just goes really simply through spring. You know, you've got the baby animals, you've got planting seeds, all things like that. So it's a really nice, she does, you know, all throughout the year. So spring, summer, autumn, winter. So we've got the winter and the spring one at the moment, and I will be getting the other two. So this is great. Also, I'll be linking all of the books that I can down below for you. So this next one is called Yucky Worms. So this is a great book about, obviously, worms. This book is really good for younger children because the story is relatively simple and you can read it out to them. But it's also got quite a bit of information for older children as well. So this one is just about a little boy that goes to his nan's house and she's teaching him about worms. So as I said, it's got quite a bit of information actually about worms. So I even learned things about the worms from this book, you know, showing about how they go through the soil and what they eat. Also really nice images of like the flowers and then underneath the soil, so that children can understand, you know, underneath the ground things are happening. You know, about animals that eat the worms. So yeah, really pretty book. As I said, the story is relatively simple for you to read to your child, but it's also great for older children that like gardening or just want to learn more about animals and bugs. So this one's called Emily Green's Garden, and this is about a little girl that has found a love for planting things. So she finds a little seedling growing through the pavement, and so she decides that she wants to plant things all over her house. So she's planting things literally in any kind of container she can for her house. In shoes, you know, everywhere. She just found a love for gardening. So this is quite a funny one. The story is very simple. So again, as you can see, not too much text. So great for younger children, but also for older children that want to start reading themselves on their own or with you. So yeah, and then at the end, everyone falls in love with the gardening. So that's a great one. So this one isn't necessarily spring, you know, full on spring, but it's kind of themed around spring because obviously you've got a little chick. And this is just about a little chick called Ruby. So there's her mummy and daddy duck waiting, sitting on their eggs, waiting for them to hatch. And there we go. So then they all hatch. And Ruby is the smallest and the youngest one. So, you know, she's a bit behind on doing things. But in the end, she catches up and, you know, everything's great. So this is great, you know, teaching where ducks come from. You know, they come out of an egg. And also great for explaining that there's no rush to learn things. You know, everyone learns things at their own pace. Okay, so this one is a bit more of an older child's one. This one is called Can You Find 12 Busy Bees? by Gordon Winch and Patrick Shervington. So yes, this one is a bit more for an older child. This one goes through counting, so it goes through 1 to 12, and each page has got a different animal. So there you go, owls, I can't really see what that one is, kookaburras, frogs, so butterflies, this is a really pretty one. So I said it's for older children just because it's not as simple to see, you know, it's quite not extremely clear images. You have to kind of search quite well to find each animal. But obviously it's great for counting because it goes through 1 to 12. And at the end you've got the 12 bees. And then right at the back here, it goes through all the animals that you can see in this book. So it's a really nice book going through animals and counting. So yeah, that's that one. So this one, again, isn't necessarily a spring book, but it's kind of spring themed. It's called Angelina and the Butterfly. So, you know, they're outside, they're playing with butterflies. They catch a butterfly and they're looking after it. They're learning about the butterfly. This one is a bit more of a longer text, so one that maybe you could read to your toddler. But yeah, so, you know, it's just basically about them looking after this butterfly and about being outside. So there's that one. So this one is a season book, so it's not just about spring, it's about all the seasons, and it's called The Squirrels' Busy Year. The reason I kept this one out is because we've been seeing a lot of squirrels at the moment out in the park. And so, yeah, it goes through the year. So it goes through the squirrel kind of coming out in the winter. Oh, sorry, in the spring. So here it says, it's spring, it's warm, the ice and snow have all gone, the birds are singing in the bushes, the pond is full of frogs. So it just kind of simply goes through each season. The squirrels are out and about looking for food. There are berries on the trees. So yeah, it's just a nice book to go through each season quite simply. So yeah, that's a good one. So 3 more left. This one is Little Bear's Spring. This one, the images are beautiful in this one. So this is about a little bear that has woken up from hibernation. And he's seeing that everything is changing, so obviously it's going from winter to spring. So, and he finds a little stone that he takes along with him. Sorry, I'm trying to find the picture here. He found a little stone, but it turned out that the stone was actually a little chick. So he was like, oh my gosh. There you go. And so the little chick is his best friend, and then just now everything's turned into spring and all the flowers are out and all the animals are out. So yeah, this is a really beautiful book. Okay, so this one is called The Bad Day. Again, I kept this one out because it's got a lot of animals that you would see in spring. So you've got the trees. And it's basically each animal, something wrong has gone on in their day. So this little squirrel is stuck. You've got the bird that stuck his beak in the tree, the snake that has tangled himself up. The turtle has turned on its back and can't get over. The fox has eaten something and its tummy is hurting, which turns out he ate the mouse. And so they're all there, they're having a bad day. And so what happens is they all work together. They all work together to sort out each other's problems. There we go. So they're all helping each other. And there you go. And so it turns out that they've worked together, and so their day has turned out great in the end. Okay, and the last book, this one's called It All Starts With a Seed, How Food Grows. So this is an Usborne book. This one is for older children, but it's so beautiful. It goes through everything you could want to know about seeds and gardening and bees. It's just such a stunning book. I really, really recommend it. All the fruits, all different type of fruits and how they grow. Different leaves, cabbages, kale. Kind of root vegetables. Nuts. I really learned a lot out of this book as well, to be honest. It's explaining how the wind can blow seeds to pollinate. Flour, so how they harvest wheat and turn it into flour. How chocolate is made. Absolutely, it goes through absolutely everything. All different spices, so ginger and lotus root, wasabi, rice, how rice is harvested and how rice grows, tropical fruits. And I'm going through every page, but it's just, everything is just amazing. Mushrooms. Seeds, so how you can actually eat some seeds. Like sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and there you go. So that's the last one. So this book is absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. So I really recommend this, even for a younger child, because my daughter was just looking at it this morning, and just even the images are just beautiful. And you could talk about all sorts. You could say, oh look, what's this? This is a bunny. Oh, what's this? This is a flower. You know, what's this? It's a potato. So yeah, it's just such a beautiful book. I just can't. I love Usborne books so much. They're slightly pricier sometimes, but they're just absolutely gorgeous. So there you go, guys. I tried not to take too long on each book. It's stuck on there. I tried not to take too long on each book because I didn't want this video to be too long. But yeah, all these books, I can't recommend them enough. They're just amazing books. And I think you've got books for quite a varied age range, because obviously you've got the really younger ones, then you've got the older ones. But yes, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I wasn't too rushed for you. You know, I didn't want, like I said, the video to be too long, but hopefully I showed a good amount of each book. So yeah, like I said, I'll try and link all of them down below, or the ones I can find. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.